Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 7. The chapter which we are related with is adjustments in final account. But though this chapter is a new chapter for you, but you can see that all inputs given over here are almost same. Performa is almost same which was present in your previous chapter. The only thing different is you do have different adjustments. Adjustment 1, 2, 3, 4. These adjustments are present at the end of question. And as we know, in previous lecture we have understood introduction of this chapter where we have decided whatever adjustment would be present outside the question that would have two effects, and we have memorized how to deal with prepaid, how to deal with outstanding, how to deal with depreciation. So today we will practice to understand these adjustments, but before starting this question I would like to request you to please make sure that your adjustments are in your mind. Prepaid has two effects. Outstanding has two effects. Closing stock has two effects. Depreciation, two effects. Remaining everything would be solved as usual. And guys, we will solve these adjustments at as a first step. After that, we will go to the question. So we are going to start our adjustments. First adjustment is prepaid rent. As you know that rent is part of indirect expense. So here we will write rent. Secondly, in adjustment we have learned that prepaid should be subtracted. So here you will write less prepaid. Now we will see how much amount of prepaid is, that is 250. So here you will post 250. After a while we will see how much rent is, or you may write rent right now. It entirely depends upon your choice. You may write amount of rent from trial balance right now, or you may write it later on. But first what we have done, less prepaid. Prepaid should be subtracted, and second effect of prepaid is it should be present in asset side. How much adjustment is 250? So you will write 250 over here. And since these are part of adjustments, so what we can do is we can change its color. Let's see if I can change over here. Okay, it's not present the option, so I am going to just change it into italic format so that you can remember that this was your adjustment. Alright guys, so this is our first adjustment. I would like to repeat it. Prepaid rent. As you know, prepaid are to be subtracted from expense, and second effect is asset. So what we have done, less prepaid subtracted from expense and asset. It should be written on current asset. So first adjustment has been done. Second is outstanding commission. So here you have your commission at upper side. So you will come over here again, you will write commission, and outstanding commission are to be added. So here you will write outstanding, and let's see how much amount of outstanding commission. Read over here, outstanding commission is 1250. So here you will write 1250 is your outstanding commission. Little more space we can adjust. First step has been completed, or first step is completed. What we have learned is outstanding should be added, and its second effect is at liability side. So here outstanding commission, you will write the amount is 1250. Since this is beginning, so you will have to understand it well. Look, prepaid was having two effects: less in expense and asset. Outstanding has two effects: add in expense and liability. So we are going to complete our adjustment. Next adjustment is closing stock. As you know that closing stock is part of trading account. So first you will write over here amount of closing stock is written over here 12500. Again, since it's part of adjustment, so we are going to make it italic. And same you will be writing at asset. So here closing stock has been written. So three adjustments we have completed. Now final adjustment is about depreciation. Come over here. In expense side, we will only calculate depreciation. And how would you calculate? We'll have to see it is 7.5% upon which furniture. Look over here. This is furniture given in trial balance 2500. Furniture 2500 and you need to take 7.5%. So come over here. Amount of furniture, again I am letting you know it was 2500. So here you will write first 2500 and then you will take 7.5%, multiply by 7.5 and divided by 100. This way you will be able to calculate your depreciation. Okay, I'm again turning it to italic and here you will on your calculator 2500 multiplied by 7.5 divided by 100. So we have got the amount. Let's see what mistake is. Okay, this is multiply sign. We are going to change it. So we have got our amount 187.5. In depreciation adjustment, we have learned depreciation would be calculated in expense side and we will come over here. Here you will write furniture first. Amount of furniture was 2500 and depreciation was to be subtracted. Amount of depreciation we have calculated over here 187.5 and finally in main column you will write 2500 minus 187.5. Okay, we have got our final amount. Again, this was also part of adjustment. So let's change it. This was also part of your adjustment. Guys, in this way you have learned how to make adjustment. All of our four adjustments completed. At this stage, you are, let me handle it first. No lines were required. And from here we need two orders. Look, adjustments are important, but presentation is also important. It should not be compromised. Guys, after that you can understand that there were four adjustments: prepaid rent, less in expense and asset. Outstanding commission, add in expense and liability. Closing stock, direct income and current asset. Depreciation, calculate in expense and less in asset side. All these adjustments are italic and we have completed these adjustments. So what left? In previous chapter, what we were doing, these are different elements present in your question. You are going to pick them and will write to their relative place. So first is capital, which is your liability. You will come over here, will write capital, and inner column you will use to write its amount, that is 27,000. So here you will write 27,000 first. And then return inward is part of sales. So here you will write return in. How much amount of return is 1500? Just write down 1500 over here. Next is purchase. Purchase is part of direct expense. We will write over here. Let's see how much amount of purchase it is. 50,000. Just write down 50,000 over here. We have sales. Come over here and write down sales. We will now see amount of sale is 87,500. Write down it. Then we have return outward. Return out mean purchase return, and amount of return out is 500. Write down 500. After which we have commission 18750. This is place we have already fixed for it. Here you will write amount of commission 18750. Okay, and this was also part of adjustment. Then we have custom duty, which is direct expense. Come over here. Custom duty, amount of custom duty is 3750. Alright guys, then we have creditors. Creditors current liability. Here you will write creditors and amount of creditors is 13250. 13250 250. After creditors, this part has been completed. We are now going to start this part. Rent is 1250. Rent is already decided to be put over here, and amount of rent is 1250. Then we have furniture. Furniture 2500 is already adjusted and you can see it is present, so we don't need to write it. Then we have rate and taxes. Indirect expenses. Here you will write rates and taxes, amount of which is 750. Write down 750. After rates we have discount allowed. Again indirect expense, discount allowed. How much amount? 1250. Again 1250. Rate was 750. Next is general expense. Again Indirect expense, general expenses amount is 7500. Write down over here. After general expenses, we have debtors. Debtor current asset, come over here. Amount of debtor is 14,000. Write down 14,000. Then we have stock. Since stock, closing stock is given outside the question, so it is opening stock. So you will come over here. Already a line has been left. Opening stock, amount of which is 11250. Okay. The next thing is cash at bank. In current asset, you will write cash at bank. Amount is 14,000. Write down 14,000 over here. The next and last is cash in hand. Again, it is asset, cash in hand, amount of which is 1750. Okay. So guys, in this way, everything which was required we have posted. Look at here. All four adjustments completed. Every element present over here has been completed. Now we will start our calculation. First thing first is to adjust these purchases and return. 50,000 minus 500 we can directly, okay, we should calculate. 50,000 minus 500, we have got 4950, and similarly returns would be subtracted from sale 87500 minus 1500. So in this way trading part has been completed. Now we are going to start its calculation. First step is to take sum of both sides. We have two amounts. This is sum of credit side. Similarly, we will take sum of debit side as well. Two sums are calculated. Now compare 98 and 64. Larger sum would be written over here, which is 98500, and same total you are going to write on total of other side as well. Two steps completed. Choose smaller side. This is 64, this is 98. So smaller side is this. That means income is more than expense. So it would be considered as gross profit. And how would you calculate? 98500 subtract 64500. So we have got our first answer, gross profit 34,000, and here you can check our gross profit is 34,000. Next step is to bring it down, and you will write gross profit brought down. Amount is 34,000. And now as you can see that these two amounts were just a rough work, so you may delete it. Over here we will start our calculation for net profit. The first thing 1250, and you know that prepaid should be subtracted 250. Next thing is commission, and 18750, and you will add, because it was outstanding expense, add 1250. Depreciation is already calculated, other amounts are calculated. Now we can start our calculation. Look, total of credit side is 34 because no other amount is present over here. and then we have total of debit side, that means indirect expense. Total is here. Okay, look, total of credit 34, total of debit 30. It means larger amount is 34,000. You will write over here, and same amount you will be writing for total of credit side. Since smaller side is debit, means income is more than expense, so it would be considered as your net profit. And this is extra. Net profit, how would you calculate? You have larger and smaller sum. Simply smaller sum would be subtracted from larger sum, and that is 30687. So we have got 3312.5, and over here you can see 3312.5. So net profit is also calculated. Two answers are completed. Finally, what we will do, we will take this net profit and brought down, and since net profit would be brought down to the liability side, here net profit, which was 3312.5, we will complete our liability side. What we have is 27,000 was our capital, and then 3312.5 was our net profit. So guys, in this way we are going to take sum of the side. So we have got 44812, and balance sheet answer look 44812. This has been completed. Similarly, we will take sum of asset side as well. Let it be completed. Okay, let's say so we are needed to take sum. Here so sum has been taken, and you can see 44812.5 and 44812.5. So asset side is also completed. The only request I can make is to understand these adjustments. Let me clarify it in more appropriate manner. Here I have highlighted. As you can see that some of these elements are present over here as well. I am going to highlight these adjustments so that you can remember how we have solved it. So here we have last adjustment, which was related to furniture. Okay, so you are very clear. Look at here, these red lines were present in adjustment 1, 2, 3, and this closing stock 4. 4 adjustments were present, and we have completed these adjustments accordingly. As you know that these were 4 adjustments: prepaid, outstanding, closing stock, and depreciation, and I have highlighted in red color how you will deal with these adjustments. Our gross profit was 34,000. Look at here, 34,000. Our net profit was 3312, and here your net profit 3312. Then we have our balance sheet 44812.5, 44812.5. So in this way, guys, our question has been completed. You are requested to please practice this question for more than 3-4 times. After that, if you feel anything difficult, you are very open to share your problem through messages, text, or you can communicate directly. I will humbly be trying my best to answer your question instantly. So it's time to end our lecture. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.